of SMU in Dallas, Texas. We welcome you to the Robson and Lindley Aquatic Center for the penultimate game of the USA Men's Water Polo North Texas New Year Showcase between Serbia and the United States. The first time that the U.S. men's national team will take to the pool in 2023. Alongside Chris Cullen, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Glad you're with us. Game 5 of 6 on the weekend. It's been a fantastic week of water polo here from the North Texas area. But Chris, this is one of those rematches we've been waiting to see.
Oh yeah, right after the game was over and we had the few acts of violence and we got it all cleared up. You know, just a little extracurricular activities, kind of fun. But now we're ready to see some great water polo, to see the rematch and see what Serbia brings out. We got that huge Serbian contingent upstairs, so it'll be a great cheering match for both sides here.
Yeah, both sides have plenty of fans in attendance. They did meet in game 1 of the showcase. This is the final game, final match for Serbia, whereas the United States will play against Spain tomorrow. Let's take a look at Serbia and what they bring to the table from a roster standpoint. Much of the same guys that we saw in game 1. A win for the United States. 16-12 was the final score in that one. It was only the 4th time all-time that the United States has taken down Serbia. They'll look to make it number 5 today. As for the United States on the other side, we'll see a couple new goalkeepers from that matchup. Adrian Reinberg had 3 saves in the match against Serbia in the opening match of the showcase. Today we'll see a combination of Drew Holland and Jack Turner in the cage.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a few other players seen the pool for the first time tonight. Matt Farmer, some of the other getting some experience in these international competitions. Truly valuable for all of these players that play international water polo or national water polo here in the United States and then professional abroad. So it's great to see them playing for Team USA.
Of course, the first 3 games of the showcase taking place in Lewisville, Texas, about 25 miles from where we sit at the moment. We are about 5 miles from downtown Dallas. And the second game played at SMU, a beautiful facility here on campus, and one of which that's brought a great contingency, good crowd on hand.
Yeah, as a SMU alum, I'm proud that they're here, and so never thought I'd see international water polo at SMU, but I'm proud that they have this beautiful facility and that they brought these teams to come in and play some great water polo for all of North Texas to check out the showcase.
Game 5 of 6 as we are ready to go, and it's the opening sprint between Serbia and the United States. It's the 25th all-time meeting between these two sides, and Max Irving wins the opening sprint. The United States will start with possession, and that's one thing to keep an eye on. They have won those sprints throughout the weekend, only lost 1, and that was late in the game in the 4th quarter against Spain. So at the moment, 8 of 9 on sprints. They've turned it into some goals in doing so throughout the weekend. Bowen winding up, taking a long shot, and it's a great start for Alex Bowen. His 6th goal of the weekend, his first of the night.
Oh, a tremendous opportunity there. They were running check here in the replay, running a double post, and they dropped on the right post there, and Bowen's able to step in and make the goalkeeper pay. Leaned over his shoulder, put it right over the shoulder of the goalie. Nice job.
The leading tournament goal scorer in Spain, or excuse me, in the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary, rather, continues his goal scoring montage. He was not super happy after the loss to Spain, even though it must be a friendly, lots of competition between the 3 squads represented in North Texas, and you can see maybe taking out some of that frustration with an early 1-0 lead. See what Serbia has for an answer. And the answer was snuffed out by Max Irving. He got a hand on it. It stays with the Serbian side. Working to the 1-2 side. And it's skipped underneath to the center. Got a hand on it prior to the shot, and it allowed for an easy save for Drew Holland.
Great half-court defense there on both possessions. So they limited the shots on the first one to a low scoring chance on the outside, and there forced a backhand, which is an easy save for Holland.
So a chance for the United States to go up 2-0. Won their opening match against Serbia, 16-12. Like we talked about a moment ago, they try and fit it down to inside water. And because of that, A foul is called. Exclusion against Serbia.
Great entry pass. They had to take the exclusion to keep him from scoring there.
Irving on the wing, sets it up far side, an easy deuce for Ben Halleck. Halleck now up to 5 goals on the showcase.
Oh, fantastic way to set it up. And we had the right side get really close to the goal line, so no player could be offside because the ball was so close to the goal line. Halleck went up there, dunked it with the left hand, easy goal. Goaltender had no chance there.
Branislav Mitrovic in the cage, the 2-time Olympic gold medalist, in between the posts for Serbia. 0 for 2 in terms of stopping the United States. 2 minutes into this one and a 2-goal lead for the U.S. here from SMU. Pressure put on. Marko Vavic in the face of the Serbian defender, forcing that outside pass. Shot clock went off. Violation gives it back to the USA.
Tremendous defensive again. They're limiting the opportunities they get in the half court. They're pressing and then preventing the ball from getting to the center at the last moment. So low scoring chances for Serbia. Great job defensively.
It's been a hot start for the United States early. A couple defensive stops. One save to Drew Holland rather. Pass down low, snuffed down, and it leaks down low to Mitrovic, who easily clamps down.
Yeah, the referee thought the defender was able to swipe out of Halleck's hand and claimed a clean steal after the entry pass.
Quick breakaway for Serbia, but it got knocked out of his hand. Great defensive work. Both Bowen and Halleck got down there quickly, and it was knocked away, so the United States in what could have been a goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, that was a high probability scoring chance, either of a penalty or a goal at 2 meters. Great defensive job where they were able to swipe the ball away. Referee made a motion that he took it right out of the hand, so a clean steal.
Irving fouled up top. They work it out to the right side to Bowen. Second shot on the way. That was Chase Dodd with a rip with the right hand, but he sent it off of the left post. Here comes Serbia on the counter. The possessions have not been clean so far for Serbia. That is not going to continue. This is a team that will lock down and have a ton of success throughout the night. Speaking of, there's the first one. Marko Radulovic has his Serbians on the board. A nice shot from straight away off to the left.
Right, it's foul outside of 6, so he's allowed to take a direct shot. So he was able to wind up, get past the field blocker and beat the goalie to the right side.
That's the U.S. lead in half. It's a 2-0 start for the United States. Just over the halfway point here in this opening frame. Chris, the other day when we watched these two go at it on Wednesday to start the showcase, there was a lot of physicality, lots of extracurricular. We haven't seen that yet. Do you expect it throughout the night?
No, I think they really want to focus on playing good, clean water polo here. And, you know, they came here to, both teams came to work on, you know, their international competition and work on what they can do with the team. So maybe a little less physical, but still trying to play tough, but, you know, get some good, clean work in.
There's a clean defensive stop for Serbia. Driving into the far side is Vucinic. Vucinic taking a shot, and the righty slings it home. Just snuck underneath Drew Holland's right arm, and because of that, it's back tied up at 2.
Yeah, great outside shot here. He's on the weaker side. Got the skip shot under the right hand of Holland.
Radulovic had a goal in their win last night against Spain. This Serbian team went 0 for 2 to start. Did not play, of course, in Game 3. That was where Spain defeated the United States 11-9, scoring 6 of the last 7 goals in that one to come out on top. But then Serbia yesterday got their revenge, 14-12. They outlasted a late Spain comeback in order to hold on to their first win here in North Texas. 19-4, rather, is the all-time bout between the United States and Serbia. Prior to the showcase, their most recent meeting was July 3rd of 2022. That was a game won by Serbia.
Matt Farmer with the drawn exclusion in the center, a little heavy-handed. And the scoring opportunity.
Put home by the United States. Matt Farmer was down low. He drew the exclusion. He draws the goal, too.
Yeah, that's as a as a center player. If you get that earned exclusion, sometimes that's the best results. If you can get that post dunk, anything close up to the goal, that makes all that hard work and effort that you put into the center a little bit sweeter.
As much as we've seen Ben Hollick throughout the weekend, how is it to get to see Matt Farmer and what he can do? 6'3" out of UCLA. He's got a lot of talent to his own game as well.
Fantastic. Yeah, he's one of the non-Californians too. He's Illinois, Chicago area, so it's great to Team USA being involved with all around the whole country.
Won 3 NCAA titles with UCLA. Scored 2 goals for Team USA at the 2022 FINA World Championships, and he's got 1 here in the North Texas New Year Showcase. A couple fouls called as the United States staying very aggressive defensively. They're not allowing any sort of penetration for Serbia, especially early in the possession.
That's a high press, and so they're trying to force the perimeter to move the ball around the outside, then drop into that zone as little as possible.
Todd initially got a hand on it, but an exclusion called underneath, so the U.S. with a man down.
Dylan Woodhead, as the ball came in, dropped that left hand down and kind of held the center while the crasher was trying to come back.
Around to the 1-2 side, and it's knocked away. Great play defensively by the United States. Quinn Woodhead got all of his right hand on that one.
Oh, it was a fantastic job. He put his hand up, goalie's best friend, a great field blocker, especially over on that left side where they're trying to set up those strong side catch and shoots.
1:44 and counting on the clock here in the first quarter.
Well, we had exclusion in transition, so 6-on-5, Team USA.
See if they can take advantage of the power play again. They've done so throughout the day. That one, not so much. Mitrovic got a right hand on it. The save gives it back to Serbia.
Yeah, the ball came into the post to Farmer, wheeled, got it up a little bit high. You want to put it down under the goalie's arm. And Mitrovic was able to get his right hand up about his shoulder and block that ball.
First time that the United States has not converted on a power play, just 2 of 3 in the game so far. Serbia, by the way, 0 of 1 on the power play. They have scored 2 goals on 5 shots. Make it 3. Oh, no goal. They're going to wipe it off.
Yeah, that shot, the foul and the ball and the player all have to end up being outside that yellow cone, that 6-meter cone, in order to take a direct shot. So the referee indicated that there was the shot that was inside of the 6-meter cone, so it wasn't going to be a valid score.
Good break for the United States, trying to turn it into points the other way. And they'll get it with an exclusion. No penalty called there. I think that was a goal-scoring chance.
There was the defender goal side, so the referees are limited in those calls if there's a defender goal side.
There's an attacker on the far side. And the goal
by Farmer.
By Matt Farmer makes it 4-2 USA. And that's one way to turn this game on its head. You take a goal away on the one side and you find a way to find the back of the net on your side.
Yeah, it's all set up by the right side attacker on 6-on-5, moving inside of 2 meters, almost all the way to the goal line. So that allows Farmer on that left post to get all the way inside, practically in the goalie's lap, because it can't be offside because the ball is so far in. So it's able to catch, put it away. That's the second time for their 6-on-5 to run that play. So great job.
3 of the 4 goals for the United States here in the first quarter have come from the center. Ben Hollick with 1, Matt Farmer with 2. And the outside player with a goal so far, Alex Bowen.
Oh, an individual turn on the 6-on-5 leads to Serbia's 6-on-5. a perimeter turn on the defender.
And a block from Drew Holland. The carom ends up in the hands of Ben Stevenson. Time winding down here in the first quarter. Final 10 seconds. See if they can have a shot at scoring in the final moments. 4 to shoot. 3, 2. Max Irving will wind up. He'll toss that one long and over the top of the goal. So we will head to the second quarter. United States leading 4-2. Pretty good early frame from the U.S.
Great job converting on the 6-on-5 and holding them defensively to just limiting their scoring opportunities. Great job so far by Team USA.
Matt Farmer with 2 goals, the center out of UCLA, and then Marko Radulovic with both goals for Serbia. We'll step aside. Second quarter coming your way from SMU right after this.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
There's no better time to become a water polo referee. The sport continues to grow nationwide and refs are a vital part of that expansion. Join today. Whether you played for years or are new to the sport, all are welcome. Stay active with flexible hours while making extra money with competitive rates nationwide. Build a network of new friends that will last a lifetime, all while making a positive impact on youth sports. Make a difference in water polo. Become a referee today. Visit usawaterpolo.org/referee to learn more.
Four to 2 to the United States leading Serbia at the end of the first quarter. On to the second we go. From the Robson and Lindley Aquatic Center on the campus of SMU. Alongside Chris Colin, I'm Kyle Yeomans. We've got a special guest as we head into the opening sprint here of the second quarter. Max Irving won the first one. He'll win the second one as well. But we are now joined by the head coach at Prosper Rock Hill here in the North Texas area. Good friend of Chris Colin, Chip Peoples, now on the broadcast. Chip, how's it going?
Man, it's so much fun to be here. It's so much fun to have this level of water polo here in Dallas.
So this is the first match you've gotten a chance to come out and see throughout the weekend, and it really is cool to see this level. Each of the nations represented, Serbia, Spain, the United States, but would you have ever guessed the amount of turnout outside of just the athletes in the pool, but the fans that are involved as well?
Oh, that's the best part. Walking into the pool today, it was awesome seeing how many students were coming in, how many young athletes were coming in to see this type of water polo action, and it's great for the sport. Now that UIL has adopted water polo here in Texas, we've seen it grow in the area, but having this level of water polo here, it's just going to get more kids involved.
University Interscholastic League and high school reigning body, or governing body, I should say, accepting water polo into the rotation now. Really, really cool to see the youth starting to get involved, and you're a big part of that. So how can events like this coming to North Texas continue to grow your student athletes and their interest in the game, and students that may not know that they're interested in water polo?
Well, one, it's growing the interest in the sport in general. Being able to get high school teams to come out here. I know we had some kids from Prosper and Rock Hill be able to travel together to see this type of event take place. But then, too, it's great for the school districts around here to see that this level of game is growing in our sport and growing in our state, and it's being able to help increase funding and increase awareness of how great this sport can be for the kids in this area.
United States looking for another goal to open up the second quarter. It's back around to Bowen. Bowen up top to Dodd. Dodd got rejected. Nice job with the right hand of Mitrovic. his third save of the game so far. The United States will keep possession, but another good goal-scoring opportunity. What have you seen from the United States? In your coaching opinion, what have you seen from the U.S. early on?
Oh, what I've loved is, I can't wait to show my kids this because it's all the fundamentals. It's all the basics of the game that they've done so great in. The passing has been on point. But one thing that's really stood out is just the communication between the two teams. Being able to sit down here on the Serbian side, being able to hear how they communicate on the defensive end has really been a really fascinating thing to see, and something that I think all levels of the sport can learn from.
Yeah, speaking of communication, in the middle of the first and second quarter breaks, Uros Stefanovic, the head coach of Serbia, laying into his team, to say the least, and he was raising the volume level quite a bit to try and jar his Serbian national team into contention. If they're going to get back into contention, they're going to have to get it past Drew Holland. He has been phenomenal here in the first half so far. Are you going to take anything of what Stefanovic said in his mid-quarter break into your high school gym, or high school pool, I should say? And there's a penalty for the United States. They're going to have a chance to grow their lead.
Yeah, I think the coach is going to have a few words for his guys after that foul right there. No, I was very curious about how this game would come about. The first matchup they had a couple nights ago was super physical, and it was a super intense game. And so being able to see the adjustments to the second game, to seeing how they would match up with each other.
And the physicality is continued. Here's Alex Bowen with the penalty, and he got it rejected. Branislav Mitrovic elevating, and he's able to reject one of the toughest shots to stop in all of water polo. How tough is that to get a hand on Alex Bowen's shot there?
That's a rocket coming in, but great save. Now the USA is going to have to set up, trying to feed it inside, try to get another scoring opportunity.
Mitrovic standing on his head in the posts at the moment. Stays with the United States off of the carom. Irving tried to fit it down to Ben Hollick in inside water, but he overshot his man. Back over to Serbia. Chip, what have you seen from the Serbian side of things? I mean, this hasn't been the prettiest of matches they've started off with, and you could hear that from their head coach across the pool, but what did they bring to the table? Is it purely physicality, or is it much more than that?
It's much more than that. I mean, they're known for their physicality. They're known for their strength. But really what they haven't done is as well of a job as you see right there is their shot selection on the offensive end. Their defense has been solid, but they haven't been able to get any fast break opportunities. And then on the offensive end, rushing a shot from distance right there isn't helping their case right now.
And of course, hearing and seeing the communication in the pool at the moment, I'm sure, is inspiring to you. But what would you say, as somebody who's helped start a program in the North Texas area, in a spot that's not necessarily a hotbed for water polo talent, but if somebody's listening and watching this broadcast right now, what would you tell them as maybe a little piece of advice or inspiration in trying to get their own water polo program underway?
Oh, just how beneficial it can be for these athletes to give them another opportunity to build a sport that takes place in the pool. There is a large amount of excellent swimmers in this area. We have some of the best swimmers in the state of Texas, and that's one of the reasons we've had so much success in the Prosper area of building some new high school programs, is we've taken those athletes and given them a great opportunity in their off-season sports, something that's different for them, something that makes them a better athlete overall, that introduces them into a new sport, and they've loved it.
Look at the defensive work from Ben Stevenson. A couple players on the United States getting down low, getting hands on the ball, but it still ends up in a score for Serbia. It was worked around to the 1-2 side. George Lazic with his first goal, and Serbia on the board for the first time here in the second quarter.
This is the first time the U.S. had a small breakdown on the defensive end to allow just an easy cross-cage pass that led into a nice, simple goal, something that could really spark the Serbian offense going forward.
Not something that U.S. fans out there want to hear, because they've been good so far, especially defensively. A couple times getting hands in the passing lane, and the rotation has been great. But that time over-rotating, and it led to the scoring chance. And all right, this is your first match out here. You going to be back out again tomorrow to see it wrap up between the United States and Spain?
100%. 100%. Are you kidding me? This is great. This is so much fun to watch, and so much fun just to be able to get so many people involved in the sport. It's been awesome hearing the crowd chant in the background.
Yeah.
Being able to hear the Serbian fans chant in the background.
Flags draped over the top of the railing up top, and it's been a great crowd on hand, trying to cheer the U.S. to their second win of the North Texas New Year's Showcase. Here's Irving with a bit of a window, almost pulled the trigger. Instead, they work it around. Wing to wing. Now near side work for Abramson. Now back up to Irving. Couple men got their hands on it, including inside. A nice stop for Marko Radulovic. Back over to Serbia. Chip, thanks so much for taking some time with us. We'll get Chris back on the headset. Should be a whole lot of fun to watch some more water polo.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing all this week. You've done a great job. I'm excited to cheer on USA for the rest of the night.
There you go. Chip Peoples, the head water polo coach at Rock Hill High School in Prosper, Texas, up in the North Texas area. And it really has been an impactful week for the sport as a whole to just get it, to have the sport grow as much as it has, Chris, throughout these last few years. Events like this are just a catalyst for that to continue.
Oh, I 100% agree. You know, the high school kids who maybe just played a little bit and see what the next level is, maybe that inspires the next Olympian to come out and play year-round. These things are invaluable to the growth of the sport throughout the country.
Another perimeter shot for Max Irving. Timeout called with 2:54 left here in the second quarter. You want to keep up with the live stats, by the way. There's the QR code down there at the bottom. Just scan that with your phone, and you can keep up with everything on 6 to 8 Sports. What's your thought process here after the exclusion there? Timeout called to try and get it back down the pool, but you've been in the corner. I've caught you out of the corner of my eye a couple times, coaching, but silently, and then waving around. What's been your assessment of what the second quarter has had?
Oh, it's hard to take the coach out of the game. You know, like, so you no matter if it's not even my athletes, you just want to see things done in a certain way, and like just try to. It's just how much I love the sport in terms of excitement, and so I can't be the passive fan just nodding. So yeah, I think hopefully USA will do a great job of this five-man defense. So they're forcing a shot that Holland is ready for. That's what you have to do, on kind of control the opportunities. So far they have not given up any shots from the post. All the 6-on-5s have been from outside, and he was able to control all of them, I think, but one. So he's done a great job so far.
Power play comparison at the moment. The U.S. have scored 3 of their 7 tries. Serbia 0 of 4. And another stop for the United States. A bit of a breakdown on the last goal for Serbia, but outside of that, this defense has been suffocating.
Oh, they've done a great job limiting that one shot during the third goal for Serbia. It kind of went backdoor, pushed off a little bit in my opinion, but it happens, international water polo. So I think we're forcing the shots that we want to see. So I think great job defensively.
See if they can turn it into a goal the other way. Instead, Branislav Mitrovic is having his best quarter of the night so far. He's had an up and down showcase, allowed 16 goals on just 6 saves in game 1 against the United States, 3 saves and 12 goals allowed in a loss against Spain. However, yesterday he came back with a vengeance against that Spanish side. 18 saves and 11 goals allowed, so he had a phenomenal night here at SMU. He's had a good start here, but so has Drew Holland. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah, if you notice, all the defensive efforts have been forcing the ball over to that top right side. So if Holland knows that shot's coming from that angle, he's set on it, and all the field blockers, everybody. So they're trying to force a low percentage shot from that top right, and so far it's been working. He's been sitting on everyone on 6-on-6 defense. So great job so far.
That one worked down low, but 3 Serbian defenders close in on Ben Halik. Exclusion called, so 6-on-5, timeout United States. Dejan Udovic wants to talk it over.
Yeah, I think it's late in the quarter. You want to take this opportunity to try to extend that to a 2-goal lead. It's been quite a little bit without a break, and so give them a little chance to breathe. Try to run something. Let's see if they run something other than the post that's worked. So last time on the 6-on-5, Serbia really had that left post, the 2 post, totally covered up. So that was not going to be I think their coach yelled at them pretty good about that one, allowing 3 opportunities from that left post. So I don't think they're going to give up that one again.
I was asking Chip in the middle of the conversation a moment ago, did he take anything that was said by Stefanovic on his sideline, and what is he going to take it to the high school level? And he said, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to take anything of what he said.
Well, I don't speak Serbian, so it was probably not repeatable in English.
Probably a good thing.
If I can imagine what was said, in the English translation would probably not be arable.
Holland puts it back into play. The United States on the man advantage. 6 on 5. Here's Bowen working in. Now right back up top. They swing it back to Bowen. Inside, and that one's shoved home. Tyler Abramson, his first goal of the weekend, and it has the U.S. back up by 2.
So USA went to the right post this time. Ball's up at the top. Made that cross pass. Didn't quite get it on the hand, but Abramson was able to push it in after it kind of went goal side. So he had his left hand up and ready. Got the fortunate bounce, so it bounced in front of him. Shove it home. Great use of a timeout.
Both sides with 1 goal here in the second quarter. U.S. shooting 36%, 5 of 14. Serbia held to a measly 3 of 11 at the moment. U.S. with 8 blocks already. Neither team has hit a penalty shot yet. The U.S. had 1 try at it. It was blocked by Mitrovic. Final minute of the first half. There's another shot near far post, and it was closed in on quickly by Holland. Easy save. That was something that Chip talked about, was shot selection from the Serbian side, because they've had a couple of shots that have been ill-advised, and because of that, it's been easy saves or easy deflections.
Right, that's all a function of the defense they're running. So they're trying to run a fronting defense, force the ball over to the right side so that Holland can be in position to make those easy saves. So it's all about limiting the opportunities. So you can't take away everything.
Tried to take away inside water down there. Foul was called, but it was an exclusion.
Shot clock violation.
Oh, excuse me, shot clock.
I'm not sure if that was a clock error, but needless to say, ticks away.
Kind of an interesting in there to the second quarter. Very clunky toward the back half, but the score remains the same. USA leads it 5-3 at the end of 2. And we'll talk about what the United States have to do to hold on to this one when we come back. It's halftime here from SMU. United States 5, Serbia 3, here on USA Water Polo.
Which one? Yellow? Yellow. Now blue? No, orange. Now blue. Ooh.
Time's running out. They need to score.
Lola, we need you. Get in there.
But wait, Coach Kerkorian has just subbed in their secret weapon, Lola the dog. She shoots. She scores! Yeah!
There's no better time to become a water polo referee. The sport continues to grow nationwide, and refs are a vital part of that expansion. Join today. Whether you played for years or are new to the sport, all are welcome. Stay active with flexible hours while making extra money with competitive rates nationwide. Build a network of new friends that will last a lifetime, all while making a positive impact on youth sports. Make a difference in water polo. Become a referee today. Visit usawaterpolo.org/referee to learn more.
Two-goal United States lead here at the halftime break as we take a look at the Serbian sideline. And much like we saw at the end of the first quarter, a very animated head coach on their side of things, Chris Colin alongside Kyle Yeomans. And Chris, you really looked at that first half to be extra physical. Instead, there was a lot of finesse game to it.
Yeah, I think Team USA is really playing to their strengths with Halleck drawing those exclusions in the center. Even Matt Farmer got involved with some exclusions drawn in the center. So tremendous center play for Team USA. And on the offensive end for Serbia, we're really limiting with the defense, the opportunities they're getting. So the tactics or the strategy that Team USA has right now is really controlling the tempo of the offense for Serbia.
Two goal scorers for Serbia, Marko Radulovic and George Lasic. Radulovic had 2, Lasic had 1. As for the United States, Alex Bowen had 1. Ben Halleck also had 1 as well, his 5th of the showcase. Then Matt Farmer, the only multi-goal scorer. And then to take the 5-3 advantage, Tyler Abramson gets on the board for the first time. The Stanford product made it 5-3. So we've seen the United States hold some leads throughout the weekend. Can they close this out against Serbia for a second win against that side?
I think if they focus on that defensive strategy and then controlling the center and then forcing the outside shots from that right-hander or the right side, I think they really, but you know, that pressing and that control in the center takes a lot of effort. So effort on the defensive side. So we'll see if we can maintain it for 4 quarters.
Only the second sprint lost by the United States this weekend. One against Spain, now one against Serbia. Right now they are dominant in that area of the match. Feels like an important possession for the Serbian side to try and cut that lead back down to 1, but the shot goes wide. By the way, Jack Turner now in the cage for the United States.
Yeah, they did allow a shot from that left side, but I think it was late in the shot clock. Turner was set on it and able to, even if it hadn't skipped high, I think he was in position to make the save.
Bowen and Dodd playing catch at the top. Worked around to the right-hand side, and that shot from Babic goes wide. So both teams without a goal on their opening possession here of the second half. Serbia trying to go all the way back down the pool, opened it up for Stojanovic. And the goal from Stojanovic. He stayed with it. They had an early penalty, or early foul rather, turned around and ripped it from distance.
Right, that's playing early offense, so that'll prevented Team USA to getting into their half-court defensive set. So they got the ball up early on the transition, took the ordinary foul, and reared back and ripped it forward without all the other field blockers, other defensive players in position. So it was one on the goaltender and the field blocker. So it really only had to beat the 3 arms there.
You can see the reaction from Jack Turner. There may be a bit of miscommunication off of the foul, leading to the goal-scoring opportunity. Stojanovic, who had 2 goals against the United States last Wednesday, now gets on the board here.
Yeah, it's tough coming in off the bench. Didn't get many, only have 5 minutes to get warmed up. So facing that first shot being a foul and shoot from 6 meters, it's a tough one.
Chase Don in the wing. Now back to Stevenson. Stevenson will give it up as now Serbia on the counterattack. 6.5 to play here in the third quarter. Both teams with 1 goal in the second, but the United States, the difference maker, 4 goals to 2 in the first. Kosovic trying to fit it down low. Max Irving will be called for the exclusion, and he'll swim to the side.
Yeah, just a little overreach as the ball came into center. Try to prevent that ball going to the center.
Vucinic, wing to wing. Shot goes in, but not this time. They called the offensive foul. So United States catch a bit of a break.
Yeah, the right post was inside of 2 meters with the ball outside of 2 meters.
Uros Stevanovic, the head coach for Serbia, not happy with the call. He is giving the official an earful. Another exclusion against Serbia, so now the United States will have a man advantage. They've scored 4 of their 5 goals off of a power play so far.
Yeah, Bowen drew the exclusion there, early offense on the counterattack, and now we're setting up, see if we can get a good look here.
Stevenson back up to Dodd. Dodd got it rocked away. Nikola Jasic deflected it. Resets the shot clock at 20.
Right. 6 on 5. We're going a little 6 on 6 until the last 20 seconds after the exclusion's over.
Back at full strength. United States still taking a shot. Chase Dodd sent that one on a skip up and over the crossbar. So now the U.S. 4 of 10 on power plays. By the way, Serbia 0 of 5. That's a storyline to keep an eye on.
It looks like they'll get another opportunity here.
And exclusion very early in the possession. Gives a lot of time for Serbia to try and find the equalizer, and they do. Martinovic, who had a hat trick in the win against Spain yesterday, on the board for the first time tonight, and we're tied at 5.
Yeah, the X1, the left side defender really didn't get his hand up in time. Made the little short dump pass over, and as you see, as he's chasing there, he doesn't have any kind of position, so in terms of field blocking, so that kind of left the goalie out to dry.
Drew Holland did everything he could in the first half to keep this United States team on top. Jack Turner subbing in the second half, which is what we've seen throughout the weekend from the U.S. But unfortunate breaks and great opportunities. Here's one for the United States. Hollick was fouled, penalty on the way, and a couple of extracurriculars. The officials hopping on it quick.
Yeah, they're trying to keep it under control. You know, Halleck already has 1 exclusion on the double exclusion earlier when they kind of got tangled up. They called out both, so I don't know if there's going to be an extra one in addition to the penalty, but it looks like they're trying to sort it out. I think the whistle's just really trying to get everybody calmed down, and let's focus on water polo here.
Of course, these two teams did have a scuffle in the water on Wednesday in their first matchup here in North Texas.
Maybe a Donnybrook?
Yeah, maybe a little scuff up. That's all it was.
Kerfuffle.
So here's a chance for Ben Stevenson. He had 2 goals in the loss against Spain. Trying to get on the board and in the box score via the penalty. And he does. Straight into the back of the net. The United States are back on top.
Oh, the Reno, Nevada product right over the goalie's head. Donut, as they call it here in our sport.
A little fist bump at the end as well. Really waking up the United States faithful. Keep up to date with all the stats that we're sharing here on 6 to 8 Sports. Scan that QR code down in the right-hand corner of your screen. That's a 6 to 8 scoreboard that'll tell you that the United States has a 1-goal lead, 6 to 5, with just over 4.5 to play. We've only seen 2 penalty shots throughout the entire game to this point, Chris. Is that a bit shocking to you with as physical as these 2 teams are?
Yeah, I think they're really focused on trying to take away those center positions for Serbia. So, you know, like, that's not surprising for us because we're really forcing that outside shot. But to only have the 2 for Team USA is kind of limited.
6 on 5 chance for Serbia, and they barely snuck it in. And now we've got the officials talking it over, but it is going to stand as a goal, and we are equalized at 6.
Yeah, 6 on 5. The left post stepped out away from the, I believe that's a yellow card to all the players, basically to calm down. Let's just focus on water polo. It's both benches being issued to both benches, and it's like no more nonsense. Let's focus, play, and we're here for water polo.
Let's take a look at the goal then that gets us tied up at 6 apiece. And you talked about working it down low to the center. That's exactly what Serbia was able to do there.
Yeah, it's that left post. They kind of step outside of 2 meters, away from the 2-meter line, get the right hand towards the ball so they can catch and shoot, trying to beat the goalie on the cross pass. So it's stepping out or popping at the two, the two position or the left post on 6-on-5.
First one for Sava Rangelovic. United States nearly lost possession there. Lucky to get that one back. They work it around to Jake Earhart. Earhart at the top, back around to Bowen on the far side. Bowen rips it, saved. Branislav Mitrovic in for the second half. He's played all 4 games for Serbia, and he has played the entirety of those 4 games.
He's a tremendous goalie. They kind of, Team USA forced that, or kind of had late in the shot clock trying to get that over on the right side. That was the only thing. So they shot it high, trying to hope for that tip and the new clock. So that's what we were able to get.
Alex Bowen getting in a shoving match back and forth with Sava Rangelovic. Led to an exclusion, led to a save. Nice job by Mitrovic again. Got both hands on it that time. The U.S. with a man advantage.
With a fresh 20 after the shot.
Great goal scoring chance here. Stevenson around to Bowen. Bowen wants it again, and he got it.
Tremendous goal from Bowen up on the top right. He loves to camp out there. Rip it over the goalie's head. Caught it cross face on the 6-on-5, and then just buried it.
Goal number 2 for Alex Bowen. Goes to the upper 90. And just cradles that one in.
That's, yeah, you see the defender shoot up that left hand after the ball's in the back of the net. He knew that was his responsibility there.
7 goals on the weekend for Alex Bowen, and he is not done yet. Had a hat trick against Serbia in game 1. Another 2 in game 3 against Spain, and now here in game 4, or excuse me, in game 5 rather. We'll have a chance to add to that tomorrow against Spain. 7 o'clock opening sprint right here on the same USA Water Polo YouTube page. Radomir Drasovic works it into the corner for Vucinic. They work the inside water. Exclusion called. United States down a man. We've seen that consistently. The drawing of exclusions have been crucial for the U.S. here in this one.
Right, yes, that was a quick exclusion, and then he dropped that right arm. Team USA did not get back into that 5-man or player down defensive position. They were able to make a quick pass up, catch right-handed, easy goal.
Great awareness from George Lazic on the pass. It was Nikola Jasic on the goal. You can feel the tensions building back and forth, not only in the pool on the action, I mean back and forth. We've had goals scored back and forth, but also the benches having some words at each other too throughout the last couple of stoppage and play.
I mean, I love to see the competitive spirit. They're not taking anything from one of the best teams in the world, getting up here and battling.
Speaking of battling, how about Ben Hollick working down low? Somehow worked his way apart and then threw it in to make it 8-7.
Great look there from the post. He really got it big and buried it. Fantastic entry pass that allowed the ball to come in. He was going to either get a penalty or an easy goal there.
Chase Dodd was underneath him, and it was kind of tough to see if it was Hollick or Dodd that actually picked up the loose ball and settled it into the back of the net from point-blank range. We have gone back and forth. 4 goals for Serbia here in the third, 3 for the United States. But you'd have to think with 2:15 left here in the third quarter, a stop here would go a long way for the U.S. They won't get one. This time from straight away, Radomir Drasovic for his first goal, and it's a mess of new goal scorers from both sides making an impact here in the third quarter.
Right, you know, they're forcing that still. That time that shot did come from the right side, but, you know, that one was true. A skip, top corner. It's a tough one to beat there. So, you know, like we talked about, as the game moves on, fatigue wears in. These athletes are swimming miles miles in a game, and it's a tremendous amount of athleticism and fatigue that starts battling in at the end of these third quarters. So that's why you see a lot more goal scoring later in these games than early.
We talked about it in an earlier broadcast, but how valuable are these minutes and these reps against teams of this caliber? Because the United States doesn't get to see this type of competition all the time, but having Serbia come on to your home turf and play a significant amount of games and minutes against, it's got to go a long way.
Oh, I think it's an awesome opportunity. They get to play together against some of the best athletes in the world in the sport.
That's a pretty good athlete right there. That's Max Irving. Did not play against Spain, but he was 2 of 2 shooting against Serbia. He's now 1 of 1 tonight.
Great job there. The ball comes across on 6-on-5, catches it crossfade, slides into that pocket, and then puts it right over the shoulder of the goalie. Goalie's looking at his field blockers. That top corner is supposed to be that field blocker on that right post. So Mitrovic was a little perturbed with his defenders there by the body language.
Again, trading goals neither side after what looked to be a defensive stalemate in the first half. The attacking sides have had more success since the start of the third quarter. Final minute and a half of the third period. Working into crunch time. Who's going to make a run?
That's what coaches say, right? Defense is all about effort, right? So when you get late in the game, it's who has that will to dig deep and play give a little extra when the chips are on the line and everybody's a little tired, everybody's been swimming hard, battling.
We've also talked about this, but if you think this is just a friendly and he can look in the pool, and that thought will leave your mind pretty quickly. Both of these teams want to win these matches. You can see the shot there from Drosovic. It had to weave through the trees, and it did not get to Jack Turner cleanly. He easily brought it in.
Again, that's the defensive tactic there to kind of control the shot, and so it was kind of later in the shot clock. So Turner was able to get himself in position, put his hands, get himself set, legs underneath him, ready to make that save.
Crucial chance here for the United States. Zapito worked it underneath, got a good look, and they're going to have a better look on the penalty. What a pass, and the feed down low, setting up Dylan Woodhead, who just worked his way open enough and drew the foul.
Yeah, the entry pass is so crucial here. So all those kids out there listening, when your coach is working on fundamentals and putting the ball exactly where you need it, that's the difference between scoring a penalty or a ball stolen. So, those entry passes, working on the simple fundamentals at every level is so critical here, and that leads to a good scoring chance through the penalty.
Ben Stevenson was 1 of 1 tonight. Now make it 2 of 2. 2-goal lead for the United States with 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Those penalty shots going nut on a goalie or donut on a goalie are really a lot tougher than it looks. He got a great arm behind it, put it right past Mitrovic's head, and he's a little perturbed himself there at getting beat twice over the head.
Why did they call it the donut?
Put up the hands. Ball goes to the center of the hole. Yep. Okay. I guess it's the equivalent of nutmeg in soccer.
Good to know. Good to know. Stevenson 2 of 2 in doing so, and now it looks like Serbia will have a chance to do it to Jack Turner.
Yeah, that was a strong side turn, as we call it. They got the ball, really turned the hips, got the defender behind him, hooked him with his left hand, and got goal side position.
Nikola Jasic had a goal earlier. We'll have one here off and to the left. Chose left side. Turner did not want to give up the donut that time. He stayed right in the middle, and instead he went to the left there for Jasic, and we're back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, he got up. He got so far out of the cage. As you're supposed to be staying on the goal line, he cheated up. He stays back just a hair. He gets that on the low side of the skip.
So after only having 2 penalty shots through the first 3 quarters, nearly 3 quarters, we've had 2 in the last 15 seconds.
Function of fatigue.
How about that?
Exactly. Get a little tired. You don't work as hard to stay in position. So it allows the offense to have the advantage there.
Final 10 seconds. See if the U.S. No, they're going to have the offensive foul called. Now Serbia with 10 seconds will have a breakaway. They've got numbers working back down the pool. Can the U.S. close? Yes, they will. A save from Jack Turner. He had to vacate the cage to get there, and he does so just in the nick of time. The United States will hold a 1-goal lead heading into the final frame.
Yeah. Great job by Turner coming out. The offense was looking for a pass. They rolled over. It kind of had the defense had swum back and made a great effort there. Last 15 seconds, stop a probable goal.
10-9 our score. We've got a quick break. When we come back, we'll see how this one concludes. It's been exciting for 3 quarters. The fourth should be much of the same here from SMU. The penultimate game of the North Texas New Year's Showcase, hosted by the U.S. men's water polo team. And the U.S. up on top of Serbia 10-9. Here from the Robson and Lindley Aquatic Center on the campus of SMU in Dallas, Texas. Alongside Chris Colin, I'm Kyle Yeomans. Now, Chris, what happened on the turnover there from the United States that led to a scoring chance for Serbia in the final 10 seconds?
Yeah, the referee indicated that the Team USA did not put the ball in play. So the ball's got to be in your hand, come out of the hand, so either through a visible drop, a visible pop, or swimming with it, or just a straight pass to the to one of your teammates. So that's what the referee indicated, that he didn't quite put the ball in play to start the turnover after the goal.
Here we go in the fourth quarter, 1-goal game between Serbia and the United States. And for the second time tonight, Serbia wins the sprint. We are underway in the final frame of action. Glad you're with us. It has been a fun one from the get-go. The largest lead in this one has belonged to the United States. They led by 2 on a couple of occasions, but that's it. That is about as much distance as we've had throughout. Neither team giving an inch. Couple of whistles, no exclusions, and how about that lofted goal far side? Radomir Drasovic just heaved it up there, and it looked like it caught Jack Turner by surprise.
Yeah, he was set in position for a hard shot that they kind of forced from that right side the whole night. He got on his legs, sold it, and then did the lob. So he couldn't quite get the hand over the top to get that lob movement, take away that back corner, but it was all set up with the big hard fake, and then got him to try to lock on the ball and then set up the lob.
The lob finds the back of the net. We are all locked up at 10. And despite only being separated by 2 goals at a time, Serbia has not led in this match at any point along the way. U.S. trying to keep it that way with a goal here. Stevenson has to back all the way up, lobs it far side to Bowen. Worked inside to inside water, and it's going to be a penalty.
That's all set up. Farmer drew that penalty. If you look, it's swinging the ball over to the far right side. Tyler Abramson got that ball, put the entry pass. The lefty there is an easy catch there, and then put it in the center with the quarter turn. Farmer draws that penalty.
Second time that Farmer has set up a penalty shot for the United States. And this is a compliment to Farmer, but I look down low, half expecting it, almost whole expecting it to be Ben Halleck. That's the type of physicality Farmer has played with tonight.
Yep.
Here goes Bowen, got it saved. Branislav Mitrovic with the left fist pops it up and over the goal. Second time Bowen has been saved on a penalty shot tonight.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often, so I'm sure he's going to dig a little deeper here, try to get another opportunity, because not real happy with that effort there.
So of course possession stays with the U.S. with the shot clock winding down inside 10. They'll get a couple extra seconds put back on. Should they get a shot off, but they don't. Instead, exclusion called. 5 seconds, 2 to shoot. Last ditch effort for the United States, and another save for Mitrovic. Serbia will take over. Couple great chances for the United States, yet Serbia holds strong. Defense inside, and they get some help from the post.
Goalie's best friend.
It clinks off the left side. Turner again nearly had a save, but the metal works in his favor this time around.
You know, those goalies out there will tell you there's perfect positioning, right? You don't need to block the post. They're there for that.
It sounds like a goalie mindset. Bowen fouled. He wants to take the shot. Got it deflected.
It was late in the shot clock. He's just trying to look for the tip out and hopefully maybe get another clock, but the field blocker got a hand on it, not the goalie.
U.S. now 10 of 27 shooting, and Serbia, who was very cold from the shooting lane early, has since found their stroke, now 10 of 23, shooting 43%. That'll help the U.S.'s case.
Offensive foul in the center for Serbia.
United States will certainly take it. They look to counter. Abramson in the wing. Drives to the inside. He's right in front, and he skipped it in. Oh, right inside the far post to give the United States a lead.
Oh, tremendous job there. Abramson got all the way down to the goal line, put himself in position. Lefties have the advantage on that side. Kept hugging his shoulder almost even under the lane rope. Skip shot under the goalie. Mitrovic had his hands up. When those hands are up, you rarely go under the goalie's arm, under the armpit. And that's what Abramson did there.
High difficulty on the shot attempt, but how tough is that from a goalkeeper standpoint? Because any hesitation there leaves you vulnerable.
Exactly. If you put your hands down to take away the low shot, then they're going to put it right over your head. So it's kind of like you're playing the percentages. I'm going to go the upper half and then make them force it down low so that they can try to either skip over the cage, but he was so close it was just a dunk almost.
Serbia chants starting to rain down. Good crowd on hand for both sides. Of course, the United States well represented, but Serbia has a good contingency of crowd as well. Exclusion. Serbia has scored on their last 3 power plays.
Exclusion, 8 white. This is their 8th.
Around to the 1-2 side from wing to wing. Now fitted inside. Good defense. Taken away by the U.S.
Great job they tried to force the ball from the right side all the way down to that right post. The defense was there in position. swallowed it up, didn't give him even a scoring chance. Had the steal right away.
Earhart works down on the right-hand side, dumps it to Max Irving. Irving goes back to Earhart, has an open window, had a great look, and he skipped it right into the post. Would have had a 2-goal lead for the United States, but a timeout called by Serbia. Earhart had a great look at it, pulled the trigger, but just sent it to the left.
Yeah, that give and go, popped it out to the right side, made the pass, and then dove hard towards the goal, got up big, just skipped off the post. And so then, of course, always when it rains and pours, you get the transition exclusion. And so now Serbia is going to have a chance for the equalizer after the timeout here. So they have a minute timeout to set up, see what they can draw up.
Nearly halfway through this fourth quarter, and it's about what we expected between the two sides. The United States has led from the opening sprint all the way throughout. However, Serbia has been hot on their heels. I mean, this is about as evenly contested of a matchup as you would anticipate.
Yeah, it's another great match here. There's physical play, but it's quality water polo looking, getting the scoring chances from the center, from the outside, on 6-on-5, great defensive efforts. So if you're looking for great water polo, you come to the right spot.
Final 4:14. He's Chris Cullen. I'm Kyle Yeomans. See what Serbia has in search of an equalizer. 1-2 punch has worked throughout, not this time. Ben Hollick took it away.
Great job coming down. They saw that setting up. They tried to set up that play with the right side to the right post, and then Halleck sniffed it out, came down, made a clean steal, did not grab the arm. If you grab the arm, it could be a possible penalty, but he put his hand up high, got the ball right out of the air, preventing that scoring opportunity.
An offensive foul gives it back over to Serbia rather. Couple possessions have been shortened by the U.S. toward the back end of the third quarter, now into the fourth.
Right, so the centers are battling, center defenders, so it's one of those give and takes. Sometimes you play physical and hope the referees think that the defender drew the contact, and sometimes they balance it out and think that maybe an offensive foul shouldn't have gone the other way. We'll see.
The drop from Hollick has been working as well. I mean, there's a couple possessions in a row where he has taken it away, and a trio of defenders converging in on the center for Serbia.
Right, the defense is crashing back. The center defender showing their hands, so they're like, I'm not holding. I'm allowing the defenders to come steal the ball. This time, Halleck gets the best of it.
So the U.S. wants to call a timeout on a crucial opportunity here for a chance to go back up by 2. (11-10) our score. 2:44 left. What are you saying if you're on the Serbian side here? You're on the defensive side, and this is crucial because if the U.S. goes up by 1 more, this could really be a problem to try and come back from. Time starts to become an issue.
Right, 2:44. There are not many possessions left, and so they're really hoping that they don't. Serbia doesn't want to give up those high-scoring chances that are from the post, and they've given up a number of those on 6-on-5 early in this game. So be looking. So maybe Team USA wants to try to see if those are there first off, because that's a high-scoring chance, and then we'll look to see if there's something. If they all collapse in the middle, maybe set up a shot from the outside.
6-on-5. They have scored on 50% of the power plays in this one. 6 of 12. Irving from up top will work it around to Bowen. Bowen near side. Two and a half to play. Had a great look at it on the interior. Lucas Apito worked inside.
Yeah, but a little bit inside 2 meters on the pass, so the ball came in and he was inside the cone, so they called 2 meters on Luca Capito.
Closing in on the 2-minute mark, a chance for Serbia to draw equal. Vucinic from up top. Radulovic got it blocked. Shot clock resets at 20, under 2 to play.
Offensive foul on Serbia gives Team USA another chance to breathe, collect themselves, see what they can get on the offensive end.
Each one of those defensive stops will continue to be crucial down the stretch.
The clock is your friend at this time.
Expect that entire shot clock to be eaten up at the moment. Capito works it to the wing to Irving. Irving trying to find inside water. Instead, good hands, knocks it away. Marko Radulovic with the defensive stop there.
I think that's a case of the referee not wanting to make a decision or make a call with a minute and something left to go on the exclusion. I think that was a clean entry. It looked like there was some holding, but maybe that was balanced out the offensive foul.
Serbia works it inside, great chance, and it's done! We're back equal with 1:05 to play. Nemanja Ubovic puts it in, and it is equal at 11.
Yeah. Check here, I think that was, looked like he didn't quite have inside water, but the ball came in, skidded around. Marginal offensive foul, Serbia, but you know, I've got my Team USA glasses on, so I'm always going to favor the home team here.
I don't blame you. Regardless, the pass skipped in and really allowed for a great scoring chance, but I tend to agree with you.
He didn't.
Some early contact there.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had an established position normally for the centers in order to be facing the ball so that they can be in position to get that ball without pushing off.
Crowd getting into it. Final minute, all knotted up at 11. Out to the wing, Abramson back to Bowen. Bowen inside, water to Halleck. Exclusion will have the U.S. up by a man with 43 to play in a fresh 20.
It's a golden opportunity here, see what we can capitalize for the go-ahead goal.
Going back up to Chase Dodd. Here's Stevenson inside the Halleck, got it blocked. Mitrovic stands strong. That was a great look inside water. Halleck redirected it, but Mitrovic was there.
Oh, it was a great look. Just shot up the right hand. Didn't quite get the shot off quick enough. Great look.
Final 15 seconds. Serbia's going to have a chance to win it. They did not lead at any point in this game. Stojanovic from up top will rip it off the crossbar. Final seconds. And the clock ticks down, all tied up at 11. What a 4 quarters we've had in this one, and both teams with great scoring chances down the stretch. Neither one can come out on top in that one.
Well, we talked about defense at the end, so both teams dug in deep. Didn't allow a quality scoring chance either way. So it looks like we're going to get a little bonus water polo. So I think I'm not sure if we're going to go straight to shootouts. It looks like maybe just straight to a shootout.
That was going to be my next question. With it being a friendly, all knotted up at 11, you're going to get some practice shootouts. You're going to get an extra couple of minutes of water polo. But it looks like the way that things are getting set up here, we're going to have some penalty shootouts.
Right. International rules is straight to a shootout. So I didn't know if they had modified any rules. You know, the overtimes are high school and college rules, and so international water polo, you do go straight to a shootout. So we'll get to see what gets the goalie gets the extra work.
Throughout the match, both teams have had a couple chances on the shootouts. U.S. 2 of 4. Both shots that were stopped were out of the hand of Alex Polo. Both that went in from Ben Stevenson. Serbia 1 of 1 on the penalty shots through the regulation periods. So for those who might be new to water polo, Chris, what does a penalty shootout look like? What can we expect here over the next couple minutes?
You're going to have 5 shooters per side, so the captains are meeting together and flipping to see either who shoots first, who shoots second, and then which end you want. So if you win the flip, you get to decide if you shoot first or second. If you lose, then you get to see which goal you defend, I believe. And so they're going to take shots up through 5, and if there's after that, then they keep repeating. So there are 5 shooters selected by the coaches. It can be a goalie, so goalies are allowed to shoot now. And so you can use if you feel your goalie is one of the top shooters on your team, you can use them there. But it looks like Team USA does have 5 shooters out there plus the goalie. And so any player that has had 3 exclusions is not eligible for the shootout. So there was, I believe, a couple of players that may have had 3 exclusions, so they're not eligible to take part in the shootout.
How unique is it to see a goalie as a part of the shootout shooting anyway?
That is a newer rule. They just implemented that in the last 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. So probably at the international level, it's probably rare, but at the high school and other international or other competitions, it's not that. Sometimes those shooters, those goalies, they shoot on other goalies. So some of your best shooters might be your goalie, strongest arms.
So a penalty shootout after we are all tied up at 11 at the end of regulation. It appears just from where the positioning is in the pool, Serbia may be going first here. Kind of tough to tell as we continue to get it sorted out by our officials. It has been a fun one, Chris, and a better way to get a little penalty action.
We had some unique aspects to the game in the last game between Team USA and Serbia, so why not end with a shootout? It gets a little of everything for the fans, for the watchers, the viewers at home. So we're glad to bring you a little something special from Texas.
The penultimate game, the final game for Serbia. It'll be Jack Turner in the cage for the United States, and that one is a save. Marko Radulovic, who was 2 of 2 on penalties through the tournament, could not connect there. 0 for 1 for Serbia.
I know one of my favorite things is watch those goalies celebrate after getting a hand on it. You see Turner there. That is a fantastic feeling. I've never been a goalie, but as a coach, there's nothing better standing on the sideline and get a good big block, especially start the shootout, putting all the pressure.
Branislav Mitrovic in the cage for Serbia, and he's got a save too. Back to level pegging after 1 shot.
Looks like Stevenson opted not to go donut on that, and Mitrovic got that right hand out.
Stevenson 2 of 2 today. No longer. Ognan Stojanovic sends that one up to the left, and he snuck it in the post. 1-0 in penalties in favor of Serbia.
He almost got a hand on it. He got down low. He saw the shot was coming down the skip. He just skipped right over the right hand.
It's a strong shot. Speaking of strong shot, here's Alex Bowen. Bowen 0 of 2 today, 0 of 3 now, a rarity to see Alex Bowen struggle on the penalty shots, and it's 1-0 after 2 for Serbia. That one almost still found its way in.
He throws it so hard still. Mitrovic got that hand out. Tough night for Bowen on the penalties.
Jusinic makes it 2-0. Time winding down for the United States. They need this one to go in, or else Serbia can clinch in on the next. Max Irving to shoot. Irving got stuffed too. The United States 0 for 3 in penalties, and Serbia can end their showcase with a win by finding the back of the net here. Branislav Mitrovic, who has been fantastic tonight, the two-time gold medal winner in the cage for Serbia, with a chance to shut out the U.S. in penalties. For the win, it's there. Serbia comes out on top. Martinovic ends it, and the U.S., despite not trailing at any point throughout the match, falls in penalties to Serbia.
Mitrovic, one of the best goalies in the world still to this day, with a highly touted goalie, and just could not, Team USA could not figure out Mitrovic in those penalties tonight.
Plenty of opportunities here, Chris. Luckily for the United States, they don't have to chew on this one very long. They get to come back tomorrow and take on a Spanish team that defeated the United States in their first meeting. What do you expect here from SMU tomorrow night?
I think, it's a great opportunity for Team USA to see two styles of play, with the physical center play and the physical overall play with Serbia, whereas Spain with the attacking left side, really driving inside water, individual skills that go along with Team Spain. So it's going to be a great, interesting look to see how Team USA adjusts. And I love tonight seeing the players that maybe haven't played as much international competition, but great job overall. So it's fantastic. Great water polo for everybody here tonight.
All right, one more game left. Game 6 of the USA Men's Water Polo North Texas New Year's Showcase here from SMU in the Robson and Lindley Aquatic Center. 7 p.m. opening sprint tomorrow night. Be here in downtown Dallas. It's been a phenomenal weekend of water polo. Just saw the first penalty shootout we've had of the weekend. Probably the best game we've had of the weekend, and that's going to continue into tomorrow night.
Yeah, hotly contested all the way through. Like you said, no more than a 2-goal lead, and most of the game either tied or a 1-goal lead. So that's what you want to see. Like, as a coach, you want games that are close, well competed from top to bottom, from beginning to end. And made some, look at the positive things, made some stops with the chips on the line at the end of the game, dug deep defensively. So it was a great showing overall. Looking forward to some great water polo tomorrow night as well.
It's been a fun one here from SMU. Once again, the U.S. falls in penalties to Serbia, but they'll have a chance at it tomorrow night, 7 p.m. here on the USA Water Polo YouTube channel. For everybody involved in tonight's broadcast, for my partner Chris Coleman, I'm Kyle Yeoman saying so long from Dallas, Texas, with a final score of Serbia winning it in penalties. 3-0 in penalties after an 11-11 regulation. So long from Dallas.